Welcome to another day of Big Pats Under the Hood. Today, I'm working on my 82 C10 Silverado. The truck had been sitting for about 4 or 5 years, and so what I did was I got it here over to the house and started checking the engine out and heard a peculiar noise in the engine that I really didn't like. It sounded almost like the flywheel bolts were loose or something like that, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So after checking and everything and just looking at it, I got up under the vehicle because one time I was a engine builder. That was what I did, and raced and stuff like that. So from the knowledge of what goes on with the engine and the knocks and different little sounds and stuff like that, it had a little slight little knock to it, but it wasn't a knock as if like it was throwing a rod or something like that. It was a tapping like you would have if you would have a loose rocker arm or something like that. And I'm a big block guy, and this is a 77 model 454 that I bought years ago and rebuilt it, rebuilt the engine somewhere around 1990, 1998, 1999. I rebuilt the engine, and for a long time I used the engine as just a daily driver in the Monte Carlo there. And so knowing that I was going to go back through the Monte Carlo and restore it, I had another 454 that was punched over 30, and I rebuilt that motor with forged pistons and the aluminum rods and all that, steel cranking, that kind of stuff. Here's the radiator out of the C10 there. And so after I got to checking the engine, and I found it wasn't the flywheel or wasn't a torque converter, then I discovered that it was the thrust washer in the engine. And that's a common thing that can happen. It could have happened, over years sitting up, whatever, but the thrust washer on it was going bad. It's just a few of the parts: the AC compressor, the harmonic balancer puller, Edelbrock 750 carburetor, the air cleaner, the alternator, stuff like that. Just putting a few things in here as I'm taking it out that I don't want to have sitting outside. Here's the belts, the hoses and stuff, the water pump and the fan shroud, and those kind of things. So after checking it out, it was determined that I need to pull the engine so that I can pull it out, put it on my engine stand, disassemble it, and go through it. Like I say, the engine has about 80,000 miles on it. It doesn't use any oil, as you can see. Doesn't use any oil, doesn't smoke anything. It just had a little slight tap into it. And so knowing that I'm going to be driving this truck a whole lot once I get it painted and stuff like that, and those kind of things, I just decided the best thing for me to do was go on and pull it out and do a thorough inspection and rebuild if necessary. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is a 4-bolt main block. It's not a 2-bolt main block. It is a 4-bolt main block. And so, those things are hard to come by. So I just decided that pulling it out, going through it, would be the best thing. That's what I'm going to do with it, with this engine here. I have another engine. I have another engine up in my garage. This is my grandson Lex. I have another engine up in my garage that is a 2-bolt main block. It's 40 thousandths over. So depending on what the severity is of the other engine, here's another 454 that I have here. This block right here is a 40 thousandths. This is a 40 thousandths over 454 that I've had. As you see, I've already had the block. I've already had the block hot tanked, cleaned everything. Before I do anything with it, what I'm gonna do is probably take it to the machine shop and have them to take the machine shop, and I'll have them to put the cam bearings in it, because it needs cam bearings, cam bearings, freeze plugs, all kinds of stuff like that. But that'll be only if the engine that I pull out, or the engine that I pull out of my truck doesn't pan out, then I'll do that. But just doing a little post and everything because I haven't posted in a while to show, anything because I've been so busy getting moved and working and everything like that, and getting those kind of things done. So just letting you know what's going on. Subscribe, share, like, comment. Let me know if you're in the Houston area. Stop. If you're in the Houston area, let me know of any shops that do really good machine work and stuff like that, and have the ability to get parts. Because if all else, I might have to have the engine. It's standard bore. I might have to have the engine bored, and so I'd want to get forged pistons and all that stuff like that, or see if I need to order them from Summit or Jigs or that kind of thing like that. It's gonna be a pretty detailed build, just like I did on the engine in the Monte Carlo. If you go back to some of my earlier posts, you will actually see that when I dropped the engine off to the machine shop that I've been using for about 3 decades, that I dropped the engine off, and they did the high tank, the block, the cam bearings, the freeze plugs. I had them polish the crank, check it for cracks, and the engine was the engine that was already had one time had been rebuilt. But what happened was I had a failure with the wrist pin, and so the wrist pin had put a groove in the number 3 cylinder. So what I had to do was replace the rod. Replace the rod. Was nothing wrong with the piston or the pin, but the rod was the failure. The small end of the rod was oversized, and not nothing that me or the machine shop did. But when I bought the kit from a supplier, they used the rod. One of the rods they put in there was a failed rod. So luckily it ended up didn't cost me the engine. It was just the idea that the wrist pin moved around a little bit, protruded about 10 thousandths of an inch in the cylinder, and it grooved the cylinder. And so you couldn't bore to get it out of there. The only thing I could do was sleeve it. So that's what I did with that. But on this engine here, we don't have a problem like that with no wrist pin, anything like that. It's just the idea that the thrust bearing has went out in it. If you don't know, the thrust bearing is what keeps the crank from walking in and out on the engine. They usually be anywhere between 3 to 7,000. And this one here, I won't know what it is until I take the engine out and actually take my filler gauge and gauge it out to see. But I will show that on my channel, the complete removal, the disassembly of the engine, and what all that I found, and then what steps that I'm going to take in order to either refresh the engine, rebuild the engine if need be, and put it back together. And I will be using a comp cam valve train, because I use that in every engine that I do. And on the Camaro, I got a comp mother thump in it. On the Monte Carlo, I got a super mother thump on it. I don't think I'm going to go that radical with the pickup, because the Monte Carlo is a muscle car. The pickup doesn't need quite as much. So I might just do the comp cam 270, but I would love to do the comp cam 268 Extreme Energy, which is a street / bracket race cam. Has a real nice power, good power band from 0 to about 6,500. Not a lot of overlap. It's about 109, and the lift is a 268 and 282 respectively, with at 50,000 lifts. So you can still get away with using the Chevrolet LAA valve spring and stuff like that, and no need to use any exotic stuff, because it'll work just fine with that. But just wanted to post that and let you all see what I was up against. And I know we got COVID and stuff out here, so just trying to do social distancing and stuff like that. But that's what's going on. So thanks again for watching. Remember, share the video. Do that for me, guys. Share the video with others, so that we can get the channel up and going. Because this is one thing here that that I'm striving to do. And this is to help every person that either has a vehicle that they are building, one they're thinking about purchasing, or something that's in the garage and you just haven't got around to, that for some reason you feel is overwhelming. Being and give me some content. Some send me some comments, things that if you got a problem with something you're doing and you just don't know about how to get it done, or kind of wondering could you get it done if you want to convert something or anything like that, send me a comment and I will respond to you. And if it's something that I've done, which is pretty much nothing I haven't done, then I will guide you along with the procedure to get it done, or I'll show you on one of my vehicles like that. And I got the whole front end to be rebuilt on the C10, just like I did on the Monte Carlo. So hey, we'll get that done. Have a great day. Remember, subscribe, share, like, comment, and we'll do that. And this is my grandson Avery.
Turn on notifications.
Notifications too.
Notifications.
So that way you don't ever forget another video.
Oh, and guys, we're gonna be posting a lot of gaming videos. We're gonna be gaming with Papa.
So you heard that. So thanks again. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and put
Notifications.
the notification bells in.
So you don't miss another video.
Great day.
Subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the video.
There you go. So you've heard it from the backup camera crew of Big Pat's Under the Hood. Good day.